Hello, hello, hello. I'm excited to be here. And I see that Meant to Be RVing was first. RV Ashes in April came in second. And Rhonda's here with Ardez Car Life. How are you all doing this evening? Can you give me a thumbs up that you can hear me talking? Alrighty. Let's see if I can come over here. And live now. Okay, I can hear me, so now I'll mute. Live now. How do I mute? Okay, I can hear me, so now I'll mute. Live now. How do I mute? Okay, I can hear me, so now I'll mute. Live now. There's not a mute button on my YouTube. What's going on here? Live now. There's not a mute button on my YouTube. Okay, Thrifty Angela is here. She's giving me the thumbs up. So I'm going to go out. There's not a mute button on my YouTube. Okay, Thrifty Angela is here. There we go. Now I've got the mute. Alrighty. So now that we have a couple people here in the live, 5 watching. Woohoo! I'll start off with Meant to Be RVing was first. And so what I'd like to do today is tell the story that was created last Thursday. So if you weren't here, what we did last Thursday is each person told a sentence to tell a story, and then the next person told a sentence to create this story, and so on. And what I did is I took all those sentences and I created a rough story. I'm not a storyteller. I don't write stories or create stories. I'm not the best at it, but I had fun making it. No more echo. So you guys were able to hear the echo also. Okay. And so what I did today, or what I have for today, is I have the story created by you all last Thursday. I'm kind of excited. Alrighty, so I think what I may do now. So should I wait for a couple more people to come in to start reading the story, or should I start it now? So 1 for yes, 2 for no, or 2 for wait? Thrifty says no more echo. Hello, senior sister. RV Ashes in April is saying hello, saying hi. Meant to Be RVing, woohoo! And New Vision, well, looky. Yay, the Dan Band! I'm glad you made it, Dan. So since you weren't here last Thursday, or at least I don't think you were, what we did last Thursday with the live was we created a story, sort of. What we did was one person started off with a sentence, and then the next person started off with a sentence, and then the next person, and each sentence that went on roughly created a story. So then what I've done now for tonight's live is I made a story out of the created story last week. So I think what I'll do is I'll start off with the story contributors. This wasn't everybody that was on the live last week, but this was the people that contributed to the story. So the first one is Daydream About Nice Things, RV Weekends, Steve Turtle, Mel Nettie Living Free Zip Codeless, The Art of RVing, Meant to Be RVing, New Vision Security Services, Avenger RV Adventure, Camping Therapy, Van Life with Gina Payne, and Senior Sister. If I missed you and you said something to contribute to that story last week, I am sorry. Please let me know, I did not intend to miss anybody. I hope I got everyone. Alrighty, so now that we have a few people in here, let's see. We have New Vision Security Services and the Dan Van, Meant to Be RVing, and Happy Place Camping. Hi, hello, hello. Alrighty, so I think what I'll go ahead and do is start with the story. So if you think I should start with the story now or wait a little bit for a few more people to come in, 1 for yes, start the story. 2 for no, wait. What do you think? I am blending into my background. I have kind of a robe. It's actually a cape that I made for Halloween one year that I'm wearing. I'm trying to make this creative, right? And the quilt behind me, it was actually made by Brian's best friend's wife for us. And I thought, well, a little bit of sparkle, because I'm not being able to put the sparkles out there. Okay, Thrifty Angela says, 1. How fun we can find that we have friends in common. Yeah, Dan? Alrighty, so I have 2 ones. Dan and Thrifty are saying, let's read the story. So let me get the book of stories. Okay, so let's go here and here. Once upon a time. Now remember, y'all, you all created this story, so if it sounds a little funny, it's because you guys made it. Once upon a time, a dog named Oscar was camping in a lush green forest full of exciting new smells. He was having a great day until he was put into the doghouse. He wanted to go for a walk, so he called the cat, who was also named Oscar, to let him out. Together they went exploring in the woods. When they rounded the corner of a trail, they saw some dancing horses and flying pigs. Oscar the dog said to Oscar the cat, "We must be drinking too much cream soda." Oscar the cat said, "Yeah, let's go back to camp." When they got there, Oscar the cat found some catnip to play with. He was having so much fun playing with the catnip, he peed on the camp host, Blake. Blake started dancing to get the pee off his shoes and fell into the campfire, spraying embers everywhere. The 2 Oscars, afraid of getting in trouble, ran off back into the woods to get away from dancing Blake. Oscar the dog stopped to eat some pork rinds when they found a unicorn in a tutu, also eating pork rinds. Oscar the cat said, "I think I've been playing with too much catnip. I'm seeing things again." Oscar the dog said, "Yeah, I think I've been eating too many pork rinds. Maybe we can go back to camp and see what everyone is doing." When they got stealthily back to the camp, they saw Blake was barbecuing his shoes to dry off the pee from Oscar the cat. Everyone else was barbecuing slot dogs and s'mores. Even pork rind glasses were on the grill for one of the camp guests named Gary. Gus the crabby camper showed up to camp to tell stories around the campfire. As Gus sat down, he said, "But first, all you guys should go for ice cream and leave the ladies with me." The guys didn't want to hear Crabby Gus tell stories, so they were happy to leave. Once the guys were gone, Gus started telling the ladies about his drag racing days at the Salt Flats in Utah. The ladies all gathered around Gus when he spoke. I was drag racing my Newmar down the salt flats in Utah. I set a new world speed record for Class A's at 76 miles per hour. The ladies oohed and awed. Gus went on saying, but I hit a pothole and was nearly killed. Nursing our travel bug saved my life by giving me mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Gus leaned forward and rested his noodle arms on his knees and peered closely at the ladies. I even lost a noodle arm, and camping therapy had to sew it back on. Eagerly, the ladies asked Gus, what happened next? Gus leaned back in his seat, and with a smirk on his bushy-eyebrowed face, he said sneakily, the sheriff and William with Camper Life pulled up to the gate to get into the campground. But Steve Turtle, who is a gate guard, wouldn't let William in because Steve is my friend. A little while later, the sheriff, Steve, Blake, Gary, and Gus went back to the starting line for another race. The guys started harassing each other. Steve said to Blake, I'm your huckleberry, and laughed. Gary pulled up to Steve and said, I'm your daddy. And Blake says back to Gary, yo, I don't like nuts. This is when Gina showed up at the starting line and announces to everyone, hello, my friends, Choco Taco ice cream to the winner. Gary, who really wanted to win the race, puts peanuts in his RC Cola and eats moon pies. He believes this will help him win the race. Oscar the dog and Pet Monkey also join the race. The dog has a blowout, the monkey goes bananas, and the sheriff wins. Gus leans back in his seat and laughs. But when he goes to get his ice cream and nuts, to his dismay, he discovers Gina's cat ate all the prize ice cream. Oh no, the ladies say in unison to Gus. Then what happens? We decide to have another race, Gus replied. Gus looks down at his noodle arm to make sure it was on straight when he said, well, you see, Gus said carefully, the sheriff was losing until he shot out my tires, but he couldn't win because the panels on the side of his Class A started blowing off. One of the panels hit my Class A. I lost control. I hit the sheriff's command post Class A. The sheriff rolls over, and I coast across the finish line with a flat tire. All the ladies cheer and hug Gus, the crabby camper. He is no longer crabby because the ladies are all giving him hugs. As Gus is thinking about the ladies, Oscar the dog and Oscar the cat are happily sleeping next to the fire, thinking about dancing horses, flying pigs, and unicorns in tutus. The end. All right, you guys. That was my silliness. I hope you enjoyed it. Who all's here? Let's scroll up. Alrighty. Let's come over here because I think I can see this better over on the YouTube side. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Are you trying to be funkadelic? Oh, it's a quilt. That's awesome. Okay, I need to come back over this way because I like to do this on the other side. Alrighty. All right, I think it's a Funkadelic New Vision Security Services. Yeah. Hi, Linda. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Gina. I'm glad you're here. You saved in the story, you saved everybody with your ice cream, but then your cats ate all the ice cream. Alrighty. Thrifty Angela's here. New Vision's here. RV Ashes in April. Happy Place Camping is saying hi to everyone. Oh, Lord, Gina Payne is here. Come on now. Alrighty, Happy Place Camping. What up, Happy Place Camping? Saying hi to everyone. You know, this is really weird being up here talking by myself. I know I've said that before, but all right, nothing like hot smoking pee. Right? Lynn Oki. All right, so I didn't see Lynn Oki, but I see Rhonda saying hi to her. So hi, Lynn. Glad you're here. Linda. All right, Timmy the King. Good morning, American. Is that a song? Hi, Timmy. I'm glad you're here. All right, meant to be Linda Barker. Did I say hi, Linda? If I didn't, hi, Linda. There it is. Here's some more ice cream. Yes, I should be eating ice cream. Our endeavor. Woohoo! Glad you guys made it. Did you make it to the story? Did you get to hear any of the story? So, in case you didn't know, last Thursday I did my first live, and it was create a story. And so what I was thinking I would do is have everybody contribute in creating the story. So it was one person saying a sentence, and then the next person saying a sentence to continue the story, and each person going down the line. So what I did is I took everybody's sentences and composed it into a story that I just read. So that was the whole frame thinking that I was doing, was engaging everybody into creating a story. And then this live was to read the story that everybody created, which I had a lot of fun doing. So I'm glad you guys are here. All righty. They're saying hi to everyone. And they're Dave and Karen. If you don't know them, I met them at Quartzsite, which was fun. Had a really good time with them. Look at my profile picture. It is my mom car meant to be RVing. Oh, okay. Where am I at? Thank you, Gina. It's fun to make a fool of myself, right? What else can I do? And hi, Linda. Security Services. Our epic RV adventure on my phone. So hello, everyone. Hello, hello. I don't know if you got to hear the story or the reason behind the story. Let me know if you did. Alrighty. And let's see. So when it comes to actually meant to be RVing is saying hello, Mike and Sherry. When it comes to being up here and doing all the talking, I'm afraid to do all the talking by myself. Love my background. So the background, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but it's actually a quilt that Brian's best friend's wife made for us. But I would do something a little bit wild and creative, like I think I'm losing my there we go. I was trying to be all creative and see there. How's that? Little Red Riding Hood. I'll be calling you tomorrow. We'll go back and watch the story. All right, well, I could read it again or not, or you could go back and watch it. Thank you. I'm glad that you don't mind seeing me live. I'm in the RV. Brian is in. Oops. I'm in the RV. Brian's in the house, monitoring things from his end. I got my phone in case he needs to text me and say, hey, you're doing something stupid, which I hope I'm not. Senior sister, hello, hello. If I didn't see you. So did any of you recognize your parts that you had said that I put into the story? Now I'm part of Harry Potter. Where's my wand, though? I want a magic wand to make things happen. Like dust the floor, sweep the floors, wash dishes. Like your cape? Thank you. I actually made this for Halloween one year. I was trying to be a happy witch. I didn't want to be a black witch. I checked out. Last $2. Okay, sorry, I can't stay longer. Well, thank you, Thrifty, for showing up. Thank you, Angela, for showing up. I'm glad you were able to be here at least for a little while. All I heard was the end. All right, well, maybe, Timmy, you can go back and actually listen to the story and leave a comment and let me know what you think. Read again. All right, so our endeavor is saying, read again, please. So if you guys want me to read it again, put a 1 up there for yes, a 2 for, I'll watch it later. Thank you, Angela. As silly as it was, right? Or thank you, Gina. I'm sorry, I thrifty Angela on my mind. Thank you, Gina. Am I doing something wrong?
Nope.
Are you coming to say hi?
I brought you a magic wand.
Okay, here's my magic wand. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was so thoughtful of him. That's 2, magic wand. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? So what's 3, Blake? If 1 is yes and 2 is maybe I'll watch it later, then what's 3? Okay, meant to be our being is saying 1, read it again. Hi, Amy. I'm glad that you made it. If you didn't hear, this is my second live. On my first live, what I did is we all created a story by one person saying one sentence and then the next sentence and then the next second sentence until a story was somewhat created. Then what I did is I took all of the sentences that everybody used to make this story and kind of created a story out of it. And then that's what tonight is about. Tonight was me reading the story. I guess I probably should have waited a little bit to tell the story. Am I drooping over here? Here, let's try to fix that. There we go. So what the live about is tonight was me reading the story to everybody for that everybody created last Thursday on the first live. Oh, look who just walked in. Amy. Yes. Okay, Lynn is saying, maybe next time. I'll watch it next time. 3 equals, hush, do it now. Do it now. Read it now. Cool wand. Actually, it's not really a wand. It was a gift, a Seattle tower gift, but I could use it like I want, huh? Ding! All right, so, hi, Steve from Avenger RV Adventure. I'm glad that you made it. Steve is saying 1, 2, and 3. So you want me to tell it again? You'll watch it later? And 3, hush and do it. Lucky Dog Productions, thank you for coming in. You were here last week, I think, if I remember right. So thank you for coming in again tonight, Sue. I actually jumped in. Okay. So nobody reminded me, and I almost forget to hit the thumbs up, slackers. Yeah, hit the thumbs up, guys. This is cool. This is cool. Feeling my oats today. I'm feeling my oats today. Did you eat too much oatmeal, Amy? All right, well, I think I got a couple of ones. Yep, I was here last week. Thank you, Shelley. My mom did what? $4,600 for the car yesterday. Cool, so you got a new car. My son actually got a new truck. He's pretty happy about that, too. All right, so let's go for another round here because I got a couple of ones, a couple of twos, and a whole bunch of threes from Blake. Do you want me to read the story again? Say yes. If you don't want me to tell the story again and you'll watch it later, say no. I'm good either way. I could read it again or not. All righty. Ooh, it's funny. As soon as I go and I click on one, the chat moves on me and I'm clicking on somebody else's. Oh, we're saying hello. Okay, our endeavor is saying yes. Read it again. All right, Rhonda, what does a bunch of fours mean? We got Blake saying a bunch of threes and you saying a bunch of fours. Okay, Lucky Dogs is saying yes. Lynn is saying no. Meant to be our being is saying yes. All right, Rhonda is saying yes. All right, so I'm getting a bunch more yeses than nos. Sorry, Oki, you could mute me if you don't want to hear it again. This is what the story is. I'll say once again, is a story created by a lot of you last Thursday's live. And this story, I modified it and created a story out of what you guys were telling in the chat last Thursday. So I will do this once again. Let me get this over here. Let me start this. Oh, right there. Go here. Okay, once upon a time, a dog named Oscar was camping in a lush green forest full of exciting new smells. He was having a great day until he was put in the doghouse. He wanted to go for a walk, so he called the cat, who also was named Oscar, to let him out. Together they went exploring in the woods. When they rounded the corner of a trail, they saw some dancing horses and flying pigs. Oscar the dog said to Oscar the cat, "We must have been drinking too much cream soda." Oscar the cat said, "Yeah, let's go back to camp." When they got there, Oscar the cat found some catnip to play with. He was having so much fun playing with the catnip that he peed on the camp host named Blake. Blake started dancing to get the pee off his shoes and fell into the campfire, spraying embers everywhere. The two Oscars, afraid of getting in trouble, ran off back into the woods to get away from dancing Blake. Oscar the dog stopped to eat some pork rinds when they found a unicorn in a tutu also eating pork rinds. Oscar the cat said, "I think I've been playing with too much catnip. I'm seeing things again." Oscar the dog said, "Yeah, I think I've been eating too many pork rinds. Maybe we can sneak back to camp and see what everyone is doing." When they got stealthily back to camp, they saw Blake was barbecuing his shoes to dry off the pee from Oscar the cat. Everyone else was barbecuing slot dogs and s'mores. Even pork rind glasses were on the grill for one of the camp guests named Gary. Gus the crabby camper showed up to camp to tell stories around the campfire. As Gus sat down, he said, "But first, all you guys should go for ice cream and leave all us ladies with me." The guys didn't want to hear Gus the crabby camper tell stories, so they were happy to leave. Once the guys were gone, Gus started telling the ladies about his drag racing days at the Salt Lake Flats in Utah. The ladies all gathered around Gus when he spoke. "I was drag racing my Newmar down the Salt Flats in Utah. I set a new world speed record for Class A's at 76 miles per hour. The ladies oohed and awed. Gus went on saying, "But I hit a pothole and was nearly killed. Nursing our travel bug saved my life by giving me mouth-to-mouth resuscitation." Gus leaned forward and rested his noodle arm on his knees and peered closely at the ladies. "I even lost a noodle arm at camping therapy, had to sew it back on." Eagerly, the ladies asked Gus, what happened next? Gus leaned back in his seat with a smirk on his bushy eyebrowed face and said sneakily, "The sheriff and William with Camper Life pulled up to the gate to get into the campground, but Steve Turtle, who is gate guard, wouldn't let William in because Steve is my friend." A little while later, the sheriff, Steve, Blake, Gary, and Gus went back to the starting line for another race. The guys started harassing each other. Steve said to Blake, "I'm your Huckleberry," and laughs. Gary pulls up to Steve and says, "I'm your daddy." And Blake says back to Gary, "Yo, I don't like nuts." This is when Gina shows up at the starting line and announces, "Hello, my friends. Choco Taco ice cream for everyone." Gary, who really wants to win this race, puts peanuts in his RC Cola and eats moon pies. He believes this will help him win the race. Oscar the dog and Pet Monkey also join the race. The dog has a blowout, the monkey goes bananas, and the sheriff wins. Gus leans back in his seat and laughs. But when he goes to get his ice cream and nuts, to his dismay, he discovers Gina's cat ate all the prize ice cream. "Oh no," the ladies say in unison to Gus. "Then what happens?" "We decide to have another race," Gus replied. Gus looks down at his noodle arm to make sure it was on straight when he said, "Well, you see, the sheriff was losing until he shot out my tires. But he couldn't win because the panels fell off on the sides of his Class A and started blowing off. One of the panels hit my Class A. I lose control. I hit the sheriff's command post Class A. The sheriff rolls over, and I coast across the finish line with a flat tire." All the ladies cheer and hug Gus the crabby camper. But he is no longer crabby because all the ladies are giving him hugs. As Gus is thinking about the ladies, Oscar the dog, and Oscar the cat are happily sleeping next to the fire, thinking about dancing horses, flying pigs, and unicorns in tutus. The end. Okay. That's enough of that. Oops. Sorry, guys. Alrighty. So, let's get back to my lives here. Alright, this is coming off. That's bugging. Alright. Alrighty, where are we here? Okay, packing up this whole house. Oh goodness, you're packing up the house. You guys are getting pretty close to getting to the selling the house and moving out. I bet that's been kind of stressful and exciting all at the same time. And Blake is saying, "Hey Linda, I thought you were on my side." Walt Disney production. I don't know about any kind of Walt Disney production, but it was fun. It was fun to put together. And you guys were a blast. You guys had me laughing as I was creating the story from what you said last week. It was pretty funny. See what you get for thinking. Love the opening of the book. Thank you. I did a lot of research looking for something I could do to make that happen. I need one of those fancy intros. Alrighty, so senior sister is saying flying pigs. And Linda is saying typical Gus. Now, I thought about like talking like Gus and getting all crazy and blah, 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 like Gus does. And then I was like, I wouldn't be able to tell the story if I started talking like Gus did. Gus is nuts. Anyway, our endeavor. Wow, epic. But you know what? What was epic is it was everybody else that created the story with all these different things going on. I just kind of put it together and seamed it up a little bit. Haha, our epic RV adventure. Laugh out loud. That was great. Thank you. Oh no, senior sister, you got to go? All right, well, you have a good night. I'm glad that you made it, at least hopefully till the end of the story anyway. All right. Oops, oops, oops. Sorry, I missed your greeting. No problem. Everybody's saying goodnight to senior sister. I think I'm good on the comments. Let me come over here and see how I'm doing on comments over here. Let's go live chat. Alrighty, so has anybody gotten to do anything, like have you been able to get out and do any kind of traveling? Or are you looking forward to being able to get to do some traveling? That would be good. Oh, good night to our epic RV adventure too. All right. Well, good night to Shelly and Michael. I think it's Shelly that's on there. All right, Timmy, go enjoy your pizza. Yeah. I know when I get off this live, I'm going to go eat. I couldn't eat before this live because my stomach was like all nervous. I don't know why I get nervous. Because you guys are all great. You guys are like family, so why should I be nervous, right? Oh no, your AC broke in the RV, so you're not taking off? Yeah, if you're going anywhere hot, you got to have AC. Been a long day. Meant to be RVing. Yeah. All right, bye to me. That is normal. It's normal to have your stomach in knots before going on a live. I hope so, because man, our endeavor's working on t-shirts. Cool. Oh, I think I saw that you guys had left a comment that you had seen the live. So I posted earlier today a shout out video. So if you haven't seen that, go see the shout out video. It was a fun little 2.5-minute video that I put together. And if you guys want to do sticker swaps, let me know. You can contact us at Lone Nelly RV Adventures. That's going right there. And if you don't have stickers, but you still want one of ours, give us a contact and we'll send you a sticker. That's good too. Okay, Avengers, we're having a heat wave. Bad time for a broke AC. Yeah, no kidding. That wouldn't be good. It gets better with time. Thank you. Yeah, but you know what? Summer's here. The weather here has been fantastic. I'm super excited to get out there and do stuff. Plus, I'm still working on my daughter's wedding video. I have 3 cameras that I ran for her wedding, plus an audio mic, plus video footage from other people that recorded. That I'm trying to put all on this timeline. My computer's having trouble with all the different file formats, and it's starting to bog. So I've really been struggling with trying to get that her wedding video done, because I know how exciting that is for them. Oh, C-Dub Journey. C-Dub, you made it in here. I'm really cool. I'm glad that you made it in here. Awesome. Now, I've told the story twice, and I'm not going to tell it a third time. So maybe you can go back and listen to it. But what we did do is last Thursday, we created a story by one sentence at a time, and each person in the chat typed in a sentence, and then another person typed in a sentence, and another person typed in a sentence, which roughly came up with a story. And then what I did is polished it up a little bit and then created a story that I told tonight. And I think I told it too soon at the beginning of the live earlier. So then I ended up telling it a second time. But if you don't know who C-Dub Journeys is, she's a real cool lady. And she would be somebody that you may enjoy checking out her channel. Also, too, checking out Dan, the Dan Van, his channel, because I don't know that you guys have really intermingled with this community that comes up here. So, do I have any of my, yeah, I've got Meant to Be RVing is in here. Lucky Dogs is in here. So if you guys can put C-Dub's Journey, a link for her, a link for our endeavor, and a link for the Dan Van, that would be awesome. Let's get these guys into our community to say hi. Hello, Minivan Mike. Minivan Mike, I don't think I've seen you in here before. Thank you for coming. Hello, hello. So New Vision Security Services, my other AC has a house attached to it. Yeah, so you want to, if it's super hot, you don't want to be taken off into the heat. I've noticed, for at least me personally, the older I've gotten, the less tolerance I have for the heat. And Brian and I actually like to travel in the winter. Even though we would have to deal with snow and sub-freezing temperatures, we don't have to deal with bugs. We don't have to deal with a lot of people. But on our last winter trip, we ended up with our heater breaking down and had to get that fixed in the middle of our trip. So that wasn't fun. You know, like Jerry Holly says, chasing the 70s. I like to chase those 70s. But I'm actually getting to the point now where I actually prefer cooler air. All right, Lucky Dogs Productions is putting in the links. Meant to Be RVing is putting in the links. Awesome. Thank you very much for doing that, you guys. Also, too, the moderators, put in your own links so everyone here who has not met you can check you out. Click on your channels and click you out. That's all right. That's funny how I click on that and it moves. That's for sure, Lucy. I hate the heat more and more every year. Yeah. And, you know, I've been spoiled living on the coast, the Central Coast in California. The weather here is always just so awesome. So I'm pretty lucky and been spoiled. Same here. I used to love summer. The older I get, the more I fall in love with fall. Yeah, and the thing about fall is all the pretty colors. But where we live here on the Central Coast, we don't see fall very much or see the seasons change very much. Not like you would up in the mountains where you see all the leaves change colors and you see the fall happen. Living here, you know, especially by the ocean, everything is either brown or green, rain or not, sunny or foggy, and that's about it. Between temperatures of, I mean, sometimes it can get up to 80 around here, and sometimes we might get some freezing temperatures, but for the most part, we're at the chasing 70, which is really cool. Savannah is nice and humid. Oh my gosh, when Brian and I were on our trip this last time around, our winter trip, we actually took the coast from Savannah and we took the Gulf Coast over to Texas because we wanted to be at Brian's family's for Christmas. And so we're following that coastline, and the humidity was even tough back then, but it's 75, 80 degrees humid. And I was telling Brian, I'm having a hard time dealing with this humidity at these cooler temperatures. I couldn't imagine dealing with the humidity at 90 or 100 degrees. I would be suffering, especially because our AC doesn't work worth crap and it's super noisy. I think that if we decide we're going to camp near warmer temperatures, I think we should get a totally different AC unit. I don't know what they thought about using these type of AC units in RVs. Central Coast. Yes, Lynn. Central Coast, California in Monterey County. That's where we live. That's home. Happy place. Yeah, we get pretty fall colors for a little bit, and then it's all naked and brown. Yeah. All right. Steve says up to 80, over 100 heat index in Florida. Ugh. Sorry, no thanks. That's why everybody shows up in the winter, right? Okay. Meant to be RV. Cool. Thank you. And sounds like you are in the perfect place. That's what Brian says. Brian says, we live in paradise. Why would we need to go anywhere else? Well, there's all different kinds of paradise all over the country. But it's funny when he says, yep, we're heading home to paradise. Because it is pretty cool here. The only thing is, and you all know about California and their damn taxes, our gas tax is twice or at least $1 more than everywhere else, or more than $1. Everything is taxed more. California taxes everything twice as much as everybody else. So the cost of living here is not paradise, that's for sure. Perfect fishing and tanning weather. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I used to be one of those that used to be out tanning all the time. I don't now because I'm old and I'm getting wrinkly skin. Like, I don't need to be tanning this hide anymore. Let's see. I had said Our Endeavor, Dan, and C-Dub. The Dan van, Our Endeavor, and C-Dub's Journeys. Is that everybody? Yeah, because they're in here. I know them from going to Quartzsite. I actually haven't met C-Dub yet, which I look forward to being able to do that. She seems like a really cool gal. But her and Frugal RV gal are close. And I met Frugal and Dan at Quartzsite. I met Our Endeavor at Quartzsite. So yeah, let's mingle. All right. Well, you are in California. Yeah, California, Central Coast. So I guess that would be equal to if you were to go horizontally across the country, that would be equal to like North Carolina. So it might be similar to weather in North Carolina, maybe for the East Coast. Yeah, I agree. California sucks, but I live here and this area is gorgeous. So we travel everywhere instead. Minivan Mike, Margie, we have been having beautiful weather here in Wisconsin. So what kind of weather have you been having, Mike, out there in Wisconsin? 70s? Cool. C-Dub is saying 84 degrees here in Brownwood with 58% humidity. 58, that's borderline. That's not too bad. It's when it gets to 80 and it's 84 degrees. And it's like, not so much. I guess if I was living in it all the time, I would get used to it. But not being used to it and then going into it, it's not as easy. I've got a boat sunshade to cover us while fishing. Nice. So are you on the road right now, Blake, or are you home fishing? Welcome, and Lucky Dog, thanks. So Steve is saying it's 84 outside, feels like 95 at 9:50 p.m. here in Florida. I remember as a kid one time, because, living here, the nights always get cool. And I think I must have been 8 or 10 years old, and I went with my mom to Texas to visit family there. And I remember the first night, because all day long I was hot. And I'm thinking, oh, but at least it'll cool off and I'll be able to cool off to sleep. And it didn't cool off. It stayed hot at night. I couldn't sleep. That vividly, I remember that as a kid, like around 8 or 10 years old. And I thought it was the weirdest thing that it didn't cool off at night. So, C-Dub will give you big hugs, Lucy. Yeah, you know what? When all this is done and we can start hugging each other again, C-Dubs, you got a hug coming. Toasty Avenger. All right. RP Ashes in April. Are you guys still at your brother's? Oh, okay, so you guys are at your brother's now? No, C-Dub is at her brother's. I think I remember something about that. Oh, you're rodent. All right, Blake. Drive safe while you're on the road. Lucky Dog, thanks for putting in the Dan Vans link. That's awesome. And yes, C-Dub's journey. All right, so we're getting close to the 1 hour mark. Is there anything else? Any questions that any of y'all have, or any comments you'd like me to address? I used to live in West Texas, not much humidity there. Laugh out loud. This is 58 plus. It's tough for me. Yeah. Unless you're indoors with an AC unit regularly. And C-Dubs is saying, thank you, Margie. Have a great night, all. Dinner is ready. All right. You guys have good dinner. I'm going to go eat as soon as this is over also. I'm hungry because I couldn't eat before the live. And as a kid, my parents didn't use the AC, and I suffered. My AC is on unless it hits 50 outside. Yeah, so you kind of remember that too, not having the AC and suffering. Yeah, I thought that was the weirdest thing because they didn't either. And then there was like a tornado, and I had to go hide under the bed. It was a weird trip. So I am really super glad that you guys came and showed up and gave the support to the channel. Awesome. And I don't know how many people ended up in here. I'm seeing 10 now. That's kind of less than last night. So I'm rambling. I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight to everybody. And thank you for coming. And I don't know if I'm going to do it live again. I think that's what I was trying to say. Doing the live requires, time and attention. And I got to get my daughter's wedding up. So I might do another live, but I'm not going to do it on schedule. I don't know when I'll do another one. So you all have an awesome night and evening. Keep cool, keep hot, whatever it is you like. And I will see you next time. Hats off to you. Where am I?